Hello and welcome back to Three Honeys and Some Tea, episode 13.
Lucky 13.
Woo-hoo. We also just went to Jelly Roll Post Malone a few weeks ago and said, okay, we all need to take a break from some alcohol. We've been drinking a little too much.
Yeah.
So we took a week off and
We're back.
bullshit. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!
The gargle.
I know.
S'moregasm flavored whiskey. Woo! It's delicious. 35% alcohol. Let's see how this night goes.
You know, I just took a class on all that.
Yeah.
And it talks about the proof and the alcohol level. Mm-hmm. And the actual,
Wait, is proof not the same thing as alcohol?
it's not. You
It's
have to-
not?
Like, the proof you have to divide by, and it'll tell you. So, let's say it says 60 proof, then it's 30%. This is actual 35% because that's alcohol level.
What is Malibu?
I think my pre-mixed
21%.
cocktails are 8%.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I told the girls this week, I don't know if you guys have seen this on TikTok where they when the police needs people to practice testing DUI and stuff like that.
We want to sign up.
We want to sign up, so call
We
us.
volunteer as tribute.
We
But
volunteer.
we're just practicing. That's it.
Yeah.
We're
We don't drink and drive.
No, we don't.
never. But we want to volunteer to be the drunk people that they practice on.
Now that I am certified as a, what is it called? Social something alcohol person, I can serve alcohol now.
That's
I know what I'm
exciting.
doing.
I didn't know that.
Certified. Got my card.
I'm
all that
so
good stuff.
impressed with you.
Yeah.
If I would have known that, I would have brought more shots upstairs to celebrate that you're a certified alcohol server.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We are also filming tonight at my house for unforeseen circumstances.
Yes. We have no air conditioner at my house.
And I do not feel bad because I told her the day that it broke. Steven had a way to get the part that night, and she said, no, it's fine.
We had the part coming. It just is not here today.
Just coming from a long ways away, apparently.
I still feel bad because I'm the
China.
nice one. Because I don't
Thank you,
tolerate the
Jess.
heat.
So due to recent events, tonight our first topic is going to be
Which one?
Reasons why we cannot be drafted.
Why
yeah.
we cannot.
And
To
I
war.
think we need to individually, I say all mine, you say all yours, you say all yours.
In a row?
In a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I feel like a lot of them are going to be the same.
And then we can discuss.
So if
I
I,
don't
say
think they're
one,
going to be the same.
if I say one though, you guys have to go same.
Okay.
Okay.
Which we always do
Because-
anyways. We
yeah.
have that on on our list.
Yeah.
Same.
Exactly.
Same.
Ditto.
Okay.
Go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
This is
I
going to be a
gotta-
whole list of sames.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. Mine are all physical reasons, mainly all physical reasons.
All right.
So the first one being my bunion. I don't know how I could wear those uncomfortable boots with my bunion.
No, you could
It
not.
would hurt my feet.
They don't have Dr. Scholl's in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
They could have bunion fitted boots.
Yeah.
I'd have to get the wide, and I have really narrow feet except for the bunion.
Okay.
Okay, next reason. Both of my ankles suck. When I run, my ankles roll.
That is true.
Constantly.
They do.
Unless I'm on a flat surface.
But you also got to remember those combat boots
Yeah.
would support those ankles.
Yeah.
That's true.
Tie them tight.
Just saying.
But they would also be supporting my bunion way too hard.
Yeah.
Next, I can't hear a damn thing. There would be bombs going off behind me, and someone would have to tell me they're going off because I
read
wouldn't know.
lips very good either. We
Yeah,
figured
we
that
figured that out. She
I
can't
can read lips, just not when there's music blaring in my ear.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, reason number 4. I'm a little mentally unstable.
All right. I'll take that.
I got one similar to that.
So I think they would deny me. Next one is I am borderline have glaucoma. Thanks to
Borderline. You
I think
have
you have
full-blown
it.
glaucoma.
no, my pressure went down to my eyes.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
But so I was considered borderline. I mean, they told me I had glaucoma, but if I got the pressure down to my eyes, I would be.
You'd be sporting those
But I can't see at night for shit.
awesome military glasses.
Yeah, I would. Like even like at
Sexy.
night when I'm driving at night, I think that there's constantly things running out in front of me. So I would be doing friendly fires all the time because I'd get scared. Boom!
You'd be the group twat.
Did you see that
Shooting their
TikTok I
own
sent you
people.
with that lady that was
Hello, Pat Patricia.
She
You gonna
was-
make an appearance?
trying on boots? combat boots and shoes.
Yes, I want to
rolling.
remake it. I think that would be funny if we remade that.
That was
Absolutely.
hilarious.
With like
In
our
the shoe
snake
store.
skin boots and
Yes.
stuff like that. That was funny. Next one is the changing of the time zones. My brain just can't wrap around constantly configuring the time zones. Like they would be like, okay, you need to be out in the field at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and that means absolutely shit to me.
They would not say that to you.
Well, whatever they would say. Actually, they use military
poor
time.
excuse.
They use
Military time on
and
top of
and
the
I know,
time zone.
I know military time.
I was gonna say,
I'm
well,
yeah,
good.
but I'm saying
You're
adding
right. Sign me
military
up.
time to the new time zone, that is what would mess you up. Oh, 600
There
Pacific
is-
Standard, whatever.
There's
You're
no-
going to show up 3 hours
There's no
late.
Pacific time with military time. It's just they just go off their own military time, I think.
Yeah.
No, you still have to go off the time zone that
They're
you're
not
in.
gonna say, okay,
Yes, they
get
do.
up at 0600 Mountain
Okay, but if
time,
I'm in
Standard
If
Time.
I'm in my
Mountain
county
Standard Time.
and I'm charting 0600 and somebody in the next county over, they're in their time zone, they're typing
Well,
0600.
we're not
an
going to
hour
be
before I am.
conversing with the people we're fighting. Hey, we're going to be there at 1600
Personally, I just think
to
you're not going
fight
to be.
you.
They're not going to worry about you.
We're going to show up at when they're not ready for it.
Was that one of your words?
No.
freaking Dude, I swear
Next
to
one
God.
is I bruise so easily. You do this, and I'm both of us.
Yeah, I
don't
bruise
think that
like a
disqualifies
plum.
you. Bruising?
Yes, it does. I think it's low iron. I'm
I don't
anemic.
think it. I looked up the qualifications and disqualifications. Bruising's not one of them.
Yeah, I know.
You'd be fine.
My next I would be kicked out for getting distracted and like Snapchatting things. I'd be like wanting to put a bomb in slow mo, and
You'd be doing
Can I-
boomerangs with your friends.
Can I add one? Yeah. You'd probably get kicked out for your language.
Yeah.
yeah. No, they cuss like hell.
Yeah, they do. They cuss like sailors.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
I'd fit right in.
You'll be on the show.
The next
I
one
just have
is
to make this known that I've already said 2 of my 3 words.
oh, that's great.
What?
I know. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's a goal tonight.
Wow. Okay.
I'm very goal oriented as a Capricorn. We're goal oriented.
Capricorn. Is that one of your words?
No,
Okay.
but I'm goal oriented and I am.
Can we
determined.
rewind and say it again?
No, no, you can't.
Darn it.
2 of them
You just
down.
gotta suffer through it. Yes.
Because I only got 1 last week.
Okay. Next one. I can't be serious in serious situations.
Same.
Like at work, I can.
Same.
But like I'm out in the field and like
You would be able to be serious.
I would not.
That's a big
we would
one.
be laying there and Jess would rip one and give us away and we'd be blown up
And then we'd be peeing our pants and
yeah,
they would. It would
I
just,
don't pee myself.
and
That's
I'm-
you. That would also be
Okay.
you.
Well,
You might.
You motherfucker. All right, next one. I do not understand Army lingo. I don't know the difference between Lieutenant Dan and Sergeant and General and
Honey, they
All
wouldn't
the
just throw
things.
you in the picture.
You're
They
gonna
don't
we
learn
don't
that.
got time. We don't have time to
it's
train.
similar as like a nurse's aide, a CNA, an LPN, RN, BSN.
So how does it go?
I don't know it, but I'm sure they're going to teach us before.
Not
they're like,
if we're
this
being
mu-
drafted, they have time to get us to know how to use the guns
I
and the
already know how to
bombs.
use a
We
gun.
don't have time to go. No, not like fucking the type of gun.
Listen,
you do
I'm
not.
not sniper. I'm just aiming and
That's
about-
that's
I am not a sniper.
Sniper's a one single shot.
yeah. So
Not
I just
an
need to
automatic.
pepper spray everybody with
You
bullets.
don't pepper spray in Army.
Pepper bullets is what it's called, peppering. See, I'm already more qualified than you.
What else?
Anyways, camo is not my aesthetic.
Agreed.
I can't.
Same.
It's just not. It's just the only thing that is cute Army is that comfort set. That's the only Army I would wear.
don't even like that
So
one.
unless I could wear the comfort set out there,
I will make fun of you if you
Don't
buy that
sign me
comfort
up.
set. I will make fun of you.
We're not going.
yeah, I'm not. The last thing is my hair's too short to fit in the tight buns that they have to do.
Yeah, like Cadet Kelly buns.
Yeah,
They
I
probably
can't.
should just shave your
Cadet
head.
Kelly was such a good movie. I just remembered that
forgot all
from
about
like
Cadet
the back
Kelly.
of my brain.
That's a classic.
I gotta show Allie that one. She'll love it.
Those are my reasons why I cannot be drafted. So please do not call. I will not answer my phone.
Okay.
They will find you.
My turn. So, for one, I'm too old, so they wouldn't want to take me. I mean, just how it is. Two,
Well, you don't look too old, so hopefully they'll just come drag your ass
Yeah.
out of work.
I have
'cause you don't look too
severe
old.
back issues, and they would probably deny my ass right off the bat. I have severe anxiety and PTSD, so I already fight battles in my head every day, so they ain't gonna take me.
She got enough wars going on. We don't need to throw in another one.
Right. I just lost my train of thought. My family relies on me, so that means I am the full-time caretaker because if I'm not there, nobody eats, nobody picks up anything.
No one washes their ass.
No, except for Jason.
You just line them up at
Yeah.
night and power wash
I do.
everybody, all 4 of them. Power wash.
They wouldn't eat, so they'd starve. That'd be the one
would.
thing that they
They
wouldn't
would.
get done. They'd
What would
starve.
Ethan do
I mean,
without
if you
his...
get drafted, Lindsay and I would feed him. We would help. We'd be there to
They
help.
just have to come live with us.
They probably would have to.
We would feed him. Say it.
Say it with your chest.
Well, for one, I would miss my nail appointments. I can't do that.
Shout out to Alexis. We can't miss
Shout out
those.
to Melody.
You're
First step
right.
this week.
They would make
Look at
us
this
get.
blue.
Oh, that was a good one, Kim.
It is.
I would not get rid of my acrylics. I refuse to do
Personally,
it for
I
co-ed
find these
volleyball
to
or
be weapons
softball.
of mass destruction anyways.
That's true.
Seriously, they're lethal.
And I also get claustrophobic, so me being in a foxhole would not be good.
What's a
I think a
foxhole?
foxhole you'd be fine, but it's a tank that I would.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would go for all 3 of us, so I'm including you guys in this, but we're more of a liability than an asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
We wouldn't work.
100%.
They would not like the friendly
Yeah.
fire they receive.
We would not be good.
I'm not kidding. Something
I'm
would
jumpy.
scare me and I'd shoot off
I'm
into
jumpy.
the abyss.
Yep. 100%. Is that your list? You gotta hurry up and disqualify yourself. We need more of a list from you.
This is another good one. If drafting me, things must be really bad.
For
So-
all 3 of us.
If
Yeah,
I'm going,
they
then
are
you
desperate.
guys better just take cover automatically.
You guys better just brace yourself because we're going down.
Going down.
You see us 3 out in Army.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, can you just see it now?
Especially the Navy.
We should have worn camo tonight. That would have been
That would have
funny.
been good. You know,
I don't own anything camo.
I own one thing camo, and I use it for camping only because it has burn holes and it looks terrible. I use it for camping.
I have a good friend from high school. She's actually was in the Army, and she is badass. And I would love to just kind of get her take on that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of them are very quiet and don't talk too much about it, but it would be fun just to say, hey, what's your take on all this?
It would be fun.
And truth be known, I mean, if I had the balls, I probably would have signed up when I was little, or when I was of age.
I did think at
Not
one time
me.
it would be pretty cool. It'd
Not
be
me.
fun to
I'd love
do.
to.
100% pansy since birth.
I mean, I look at
That
those
is true.
badass pilots, those female pilots that go out there. I'm like, damn.
I just couldn't do
What
the
a
Navy.
rush.
I couldn't do the swimming.
I'm just too much of a caretaker. Like, bring them back to the tent and I'll handle that.
And that's
And
what
you
we
bring 'em
can-
back
you
to
can
the-
be an Army
bring 'em back
nurse.
to the
I mean,
tent,
you
and
think
I'm fine. The gore does not bother me. Like your legs blown off, okay. I'm helping with that. But I
Speaking of
truly
that,
just think I would be a
That's one of my to-goes.
I had a friend that got a dog bite this week, and it is gnarly. I'm not going
What
to say
kind of
who
dog?
because I don't know if she wants the world to know. But let me just show you these freaking
We can see the
pictures.
What kind of dog?
We can see the dog.
You
bite?
can't. Yeah, you can't see the.
Holy! Oh my!
Oh my lord,
gosh.
that's
yeah.
fantastic.
Look at this juiciness. I'm not going to say
She's
who it is.
See,
is.
that's
Look at that.
fantastic to me. That is, I would have my hands
is-
all in that.
Look at the fat just hanging out of that thing.
oh my lord, what kind of dog?
She said it's just a big, beautiful dog, and she knows the dog. And she went to her friend's house, and it like the owner wasn't around, and it just like
That's
tore
I need
her
a
up.
wound back.
That's
Is
exactly
it?
what I was gonna say.
It doesn't. She doesn't have a wound back on it
No,
currently. It's
I'd
bandaged.
put a wound back on that.
Pretty cool.
I don't
have
feel
some
like that's
skin
gonna heal with
grafting.
primary
I know. I
intention.
just want to like
no.
poke it with a.
No, what are they doing? Wet to dries? No.
I feel like yours isn't up.
I'm a huge fan of wound backs.
Turn me up, baby.
Mostly because I like to mess with them.
It's not moving on the dilator.
My friend Cassie's also a fan of wound backs. We missed that. Do
Yeah.
you? We
I
missed
had
that
a
doing
patient
wound care.
today that
Well,
came in.
get
She,
drafted.
I mean, I'm serious. I love wounds. I love anything wound. I like to see it from start to finish. I love it. I do.
had a patient that came in my office today. He's like, "Are you Jessica Laura's sister?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He's like, "I thought so. You looked pretty similar."
Somebody chased me down at Walmart the other night and I think they were going to slap my butt cheek, and then they realized it was not you, and they backed off. I don't know who it was.
What
She
a
was
missed
cute,
opportunity.
She was a cute little thing, but
That's
I don't,
hilarious.
she definitely thought I was you. I don't see it. Our hair color, you got the short now, like.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
don't-
it. Now that my hair's
I
short,
don't
I look
see it.
more related to Kim
You
than I
guys-
do you.
You do. I'm
Definitely
left out.
related.
I'm gonna have to have Jason whack my hair off so I look
Don't do
like
it.
I belong.
No, you should do it. It was
Zach
the best
would cry.
decision
He
I ever
loves my
made.
long hair.
It was the best decision I ever made.
For summer, for sure.
No, just in general. Just made me feel like a whole new person.
That's great. And you didn't even have to go through a breakup for new hair or nothing.
Nothing.
Love that. Love that for you.
It's beautiful.
Are
Still
you done
have
with your
trauma.
list?
Yeah, I'm done.
Aw.
I've got some for to-goes.
See, I think you're still pretty qualified. That was
No.
not a very long
Okay.
list.
I'd go. If
All
they
right.
need me, I'll be there.
Number 1 on
Not
my
me.
list is I need clean bathrooms and my tushy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am absolutely not.
Oh my god, I couldn't use a porta potty in the hot Sahara Desert.
You'd have to
No.
use make yourself a whisk.
I'd have to find a friend that carries
Water.
baby wipes.
A whisk?
I just
I
cannot.
don't know what they're called. They're like, it's like a stick that has stuff on the end
You
of it.
sent that to me on TikTok.
I did see
The
that, and
sponge.
they reuse it.
Cassie sent it to me too, and it makes
And
me
the
nauseous.
whole family uses
It's
it.
like
Nice.
like there's
To
an
cut the
actual
poop.
word, like a word
Yes.
for it.
I can't think of it.
Oh,
It's
Probably
what is
called
it
a poop sponge.
It
No.
grosses me out though. I can't do it. They share it and then they just dangle it down in vinegar.
One's in the
Yes,
front,
and
one
And then
in
you
the
just
back.
take it out,
That's
use it, dip in the
disgusting.
vinegar. Ugh. No.
Ew.
You'd get used to it.
Anyways,
No, I would not.
the uniforms for me just look too hot and heavy, and I don't want to look frumpy.
Yeah.
I like
They're not
form-fitting
fitted.
and not multiple layers.
Yeah.
No.
If I'm gonna be out there saving America,
No.
I want to look good doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you if
Freedom.
they wanted you and that's the reason you'd go, they'd probably make some fitted out for
I
you.
wouldn't
Yeah.
go. I'd make Steven throw
I
me
need
down the
some
stairs.
like little like tank tops with a cute
Don't make
jacket.
that public
I can do that,
knowledge.
but I'm not wearing the vest. And
Oh, no,
the
it's public.
cargo
It would happen.
pants. And the multiple pockets is just too much for me. It makes my hips look bigger than they are. Overstimulation, like gunshots and bombs, I think the fuck not. I would just be a mess.
Yeah.
I'd be running around frantic.
I'd need the ear cover things.
I'd be worried about my kids more than anything because I would have literally. I mean, if you think about Justin and Travis and Ethan, probably would all. I'd be frantic of worrying about where are they at? What are they doing?
Yeah, 'cause
I
they'd
need
be
my
there
life
with you.
360.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be locating you everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, Jess, she's on a hill. Let's go find her.
Yeah. Lindsay and I would be like sneaking off
then
to find Kim on whatever
Kim
adventure
would-
she's on.
Kim would text me, I'm laying over here sniping.
The good thing is think about this. We're all medical, so we might all be in the same tent
That's what I'm thinking.
together.
I'm not
I
freaking
can-
going.
Okay,
His
well,
hand in the
anyways.
heart. Hold the heart.
The
Oh, I
next
would
two
too.
Yeah.
are drink related. First of all, gotta have my brewmate with fresh ice and flavored water.
I think they let you take your brewmate.
I don't
yeah,
know.
because it's a weapon.
I don't think it would be brewmate.
Like
think it
I
would be
could,
canteen.
like listen. Somebody comes and see. There goes the listen, Kim. I'm copying you. I literally would kill more people with this than I ever could with a gun. I carry it into Walmart ready to
Yeah,
get
I don't
people
know if I've
snatching
ever
my
even.
kids.
I don't even know if I've ever seen you shoot a gun.
I have. I'm very comfortable with guns, actually. Anyways,
too.
my second drink related is there is no iced coffee in the desert, and that is a no for me.
Wait,
Yeah,
you would be in the desert?
Yeah, and
Well, we don't know where we're gonna be. Just
I
wherever they
assume,
deport
I
us
just
to.
always assume it's the
No.
desert.
Gosh, it looks like it's gonna rain.
They don't
Look at those
deport
clouds.
us. What
It
is
just
the word?
sprinkled a tiny
They're not
bit.
deporting us there. What's the word? They draft us.
Draft you.
Draft you
Yeah,
there.
we're not being deported.
They pick you up and plant you like the little people on the Wii. Does anybody remember that? Am I just old?
I don't know.
I have to have Flamin' Hot Cheetos at least once weekly. They don't have them there, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? We'd send you a care package.
I would hope. Also, got to get my protein goals in 2 to 3 times a day, or I'll be hangry and faint.
Yes, the
That's probably not
snacks.
happening either. Like
I
those
would need
little
snacks.
meals that they eat out of a bag. That's probably not gonna do me.
Pulse.
I mean, if they put some Slim Jims in there, I'd be fine.
I'll send you that in your care
My
package.
cholesterol.
I'm not going.
Your
so we don't have to
cholesterol
worry
level
about
would be
it. I'm not
terrible.
going.
No Slim Jims.
I will send that call to voicemail. It'll be like, U.S. government, deny.
They'd be knocking on your door.
Yes,
Lindsay
they would be.
Mendoza?
We found you.
Like the neighbor boy. I know you're in there.
They'll dress up like Amazon package deliverers, and they'll be like, "Is this Lindsay Mendoza?" Yes. Oh, here you go, bitch. Served.
Coming with us.
My next one is no sense of direction. If there is no Selmalem to turn left or right at, I'll be MIA. You won't be able to find me. I can't do north, south, east, west. Just left or right at the 7-Eleven. That's all I know.
That is a strength I have, is knowing
Yeah.
my directions.
Agreed. I know them where I live
do, yeah.
because I plan it by airport, Walmart, Colby.
I just find the mountains
That's
and
how
I'm
I
good.
know my
Yep,
directions.
samesies.
Clearly I talk too loud and they will always find me.
Yeah, Jess has no quiet button whatsoever.
They'll always find me.
She's the last person I'd hide with. She'd be ripping them. She'd be laughing. If someone died, she'd be laughing. She laughs in scary situations.
I
and
laugh
I
in
just,
almost all situations.
I would
actually.
avoid my sister at all costs because she would get us killed.
Okay. I talk loud to make up for her bad hearing, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
That's
but
what I say.
She does it constantly, no matter who she's around, even if I'm not there.
It's fine.
So.
Love me or hate me. I don't give a shit.
We
Yeah.
love you.
We will not get TikTok breaks or cell service, and I'm not down for that.
That would be a problem.
Simply not down for that.
At all.
There needs no explanation of that. Also, the boots, the high boots, I have thick calves. Like, I don't, like, rollerblades.
I'm sure they make
no.
wide.
I was gonna say, do you think
You
you're the
can't.
first person that has thick calves?
Yeah.
I had to have that problem too.
I know, but it would rub, it'd get blisters,
Can
and
I
they're
tell
not
you a
going to hand me
funny
a
story?
Band-Aid
Yeah,
for my
tell
thigh
us.
calf blisters.
I love my
Kim has
sister.
Band-Aids on.
Yeah.
We learned that at the concert. She had.
Yeah,
she
she
put like
did.
3 Band-Aids on my foot.
My sister for Christmas, we had went shopping, and I have big calves, and it's kind of embarrassing sometimes.
I have big
well,
calves,
she
too.
got me some boots from this place. Well, she wanted extra calves. Well, they're extra large calves. So when I put them on, it looks like I could fit 3 other people in my boots with me. God love her, but
She
I'm never gonna
tried.
wear 'em.
You're gonna have to wear like those Christmas like stock like knitted thingies that go in there to take up space.
I'm
that-
gonna have to crochet a whole damn bundle of stuff to stuff
yeah.
in there.
Take a
I ain't
sweater, cut the
kidding.
sleeves off, and pull them up your legs.
Right.
All I know is Kim, you and I'd be out there churning butter if we had
We
to.
would. We would.
Kim would be putting her
Between the Slim Jims and butter, you're gonna have a freaking heart
And I'd be
attack.
crocheting the.
Kim would make
Cold
sure our
weather
pants
clothes.
are all straight.
I
Yeah,
would.
Kim would be the one to iron everybody's outfits. She
would.
freaking would. It takes me a week to get over being sore from 2 softball games. so
Not wrong.
still sore. Played last Thursday. It's Tuesday.
And you're getting ready to play again.
Yeah.
Sister.
Me, Kim, and Lindsay are codependent, and with Lindsay's glaucoma and Kim's age, they'll not get drafted, so I therefore cannot
Can't
be.
go either.
We are codependent now.
And we can't podcast and
Cod pass?
we can't podcast in Saudi Arabia, so we don't want to let down our followers.
Yeah,
Saudi
our
Arabia.
well, followers,
Iran, Israel.
they depend on us for their Wednesday day entertainment.
That's right.
And last but not least, I am not running from anything but a bear. Thank you very much.
In all seriousness,
Amen.
I do want to say that we do respect all branches of the military.
100%. Because we could never.
We
Yeah.
could never.
We
I 100%
cannot.
have so much respect for them.
Yes.
100%.
My father-in-law was stepping foot down on Afghanistan at the age of 70.
That
in
is
combat
crazy
boots.
to me.
That's crazy.
And to listen to stories, it's crazy. It's unreal. And then my grandfather, him telling stories, I just have that most respect for all
Yeah.
of them, all of you guys.
If there is one way to make me cry, it's watching their coming home videos.
Oh, I
Those
know.
get me every
Those and
time.
just playing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
We'll be at a
It gives
basketball
me
game and I'm
goosebumps.
tearing up because I'm just proud.
Yeah.
I'm just proud of our country.
Because I'm
Freaking
proud
And I-
to be an
because-
American, where at least I know I'm free.
That Toby Keith song
Ones
though,
who died.
where he talks about putting a boot up your ass.
Yeah.
That one gets me too.
Yeah, did you
America
guys see
putting a boot up your
Cody
ass?
Johnson after they did the 3 when like they sent out the notification that Trump sent those 3 bombs?
I think it was Riley
Then-
Green. I don't think it was Cody
No,
Johnson.
it was both of them. They
Oh,
both
was
did
it?
it.
I just
Then
saw Riley Green.
They started singing that.
Yep.
We'll put a boot in your ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
That song always gets me
Amen.
too.
Proud to be an American.
100%. 100%. Because I could never.
Okay.
Weak
Next
and fragile.
round.
The next one is
People
we
that
think
should be drafted.
Oh, I thought it was shouldn't be drafted.
Oh. You
Ew.
failed. No, should
I
be.
did.
People we want
We
drafted.
want drafted.
Oh, I did people who shouldn't be.
Okay. Well, you can share yours.
Yeah.
But I
go
only
ahead.
have 3.
That's fine.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's
So
fine.
people who shouldn't be drafted. Number 1, my sister.
Yeah.
That was easily
Thanks.
my sister.
I don't want to
I
be.
love her, but I don't trust her with a gun, and she's scared of everything.
You should.
I love you. I
I've
shouldn't.
actually, Zach and I have shot my gun quite often. I have my own gun.
Quite often. Now you sound like Kim and her hunting stories.
Not quite
Listen,
often.
as if
It's been a while.
Younger, I had my time.
I
okay?
know, but you just don't hunt today, and Dave confirmed
But listen,
that on
somebody
our
breaks into my
second
house. I know
podcast.
exactly what to do. I know where the safety is.
Amen.
And I am not aiming. I am peppering your ass. Come in my door. I dare you.
Yeah. Next one is Joe Biden. I would not feel safe with Joe Biden having our lives on the line.
I'd go ahead and send his ass. Put him up
At
front.
this point,
Put him on the horse.
And the next
Front-
one,
front line.
and the last one that I don't think should be drafted is Helen Keller.
she's already dead.
She would
She's
be
dead.
as
She's
effective
already
as
dead.
I am.
Oh, I'm glad you think I need to be drafted.
Let's be honest, she was just throwing daggers at me. She didn't want to hurt your feelings.
No,
she just wanted to make sure I felt bad.
Jess is just afraid to do all the things I try to peer pressure her into. So war
I do
is
everything. I believe I just jumped off a 4-story little thing the other day with a string holding on to me. Thank you.
Yeah, a string.
With a
in the
let's go
army.
do
There's
that.
no
And I
strings.
said, okay.
They
and
just
did
free
it.
jump and climb.
Okay, but it's 4 stories high. And I said, okay, and did it. Did I argue? No.
There's a bit of a difference in doing something controlled, fun child event and going to war.
Okay, well, I want to see you do something pretty impressive that I won't do. Do you have a list of those things?
I just have to peer pressure you into doing things with me sometimes.
And how many times do you have to ask? Once? And I always. What did Kim just say? Was it Kim when we were at Post Malone? And you said, "Let's go do this." I said, "Okay."
That was when I told you to take a bite of that guy's chicken.
And I said, "Okay." No, it was something else. It was something else.
Let's not talk about what we did at Post Malone. What we did there stays there.
We put it on last week's podcast.
last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
None of it stayed there. Let's hear your list.
Well,
Just say it with your chest, Kim. You're scrolling through like.
well,
who
I
you
have a
wanna
bunch,
say.
but I don't necessarily know.
Just because you didn't pay attention to your homework, Helen Keller.
So I may not want to go, but I believe in doing my part for the country, and when it calls, I'll be there. Boots on the ground.
I can't even take you serious right now.
Oh, whatever. Kim, you would be kicked out the first day because you'd be taking too long to iron your pants and put your stretchers in.
Listen, those stretchers
She'd be
are
like, I can't go fight until these pants are ironed and not a wrinkle in them.
Everybody has to do that. So
Not every morning. If there's bombs going off, they're not going to be like, make sure your pants are ironed.
The only time our iron gets used at my house is when we have a wedding or a funeral and Zach has to iron a shirt. Everything else gets thrown in a dryer with a wet washcloth.
Also, from
Good enough
Kim's,
for me.
iron every day.
keep in mind the last thing that Kim said, that if they called, she would go. She also tells us 90% of the time that she's going to come with us to do something and then never
Maybe.
shows up.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Never shows up. So,
She'll tell the
U.S.
military.
government, don't
Maybe.
hold your
Okay,
breath.
Back to the podcast.
Okay.
I being medical background, I would go to help take care of whoever I needed to take care of. And just the rush. I think the rush alone would,
I would do that part in a heartbeat. That part would be fine with. I just don't want to go and
that's probably where they'd put you.
pow, pow, pow.
Bing, bing, bing.
They'd put you in the back of all the supplies to organize. That's what they would do. They'd say,
I'd
here,
be
can
like-
you organize these
I'd be like,
bombs and tents?
you guys, I have this handled. Let me go seduce their president and see if
Oh god.
Their president?
You gotta speak
whatever
their
they are.
language.
Okay. I don't know what language that sounded like pigeon, but okay.
I lived a good life, and if it's my time
No.
to go,
I hate
send
when you
me.
say
This
that.
is people who should be drafted.
Yeah, Kim, you didn't understand
Let's stay
the
on
assignment.
topic here.
I am.
Because my list is mean.
I'd rather be part of the solution than just stand back and wonder if I could have made a difference. That's a good one.
I'm telling
These
you.
are not people that
we
should
will
be drafted.
We'll all be
No,
in
it's who
in the
should
medical
be
tents
drafted.
helping hurt people.
Not the characteristics, like actual people, I think is what Jess wanted out of
Well, I
us.
think
And-
all the
yeah.
people in prison need to go.
No, not all of them.
Yes, they do.
Why? Not everyone
You
is.
be naughty, you pay the price.
I think like the child molesters and stuff like that should be.
all
but
right,
like
let's get to
the
my
people
list
that
before
got
Lindsay ruins it.
pulled over for having a open container, they deserve to go to war.
Absolutely.
Open
If they
container
break the
does
law,
not get prison.
their ass going. An open container.
Open
that was
container, I
us.
believe, is a misdemeanor, and they would just be in jail and then back out.
I
They're
just
fine.
think it's important to serve your country.
Yeah, it's
If you're
very
called
important.
upon, your ass is going.
The fuck I am.
I'm telling you, I really am more of a liability.
I would be too.
They would send me home.
I appreciate your
They would put me out in the hall like half
your
my
one
teachers
where
did in
I'm too
school.
old. Can't go.
Would they let me?
could have said I
would
have
they
back
let me wear all
problems.
my jewelry? Because you know your girl likes her jewelry.
You could.
Are they going to provide me comfy bras? Because I'm not wearing push-ups.
I would just be a pain in the ass. And I'd be like, my pillow's uncomfortable. I need an extra blanket.
They would
need some
discharge
thicker
me
socks.
for annoyance.
Mine did me
I'm not
too.
kidding. They would.
Do you guys have any extra snacks? I didn't get enough for dinner.
My blood sugar's low.
I'm getting shaky as mom was.
They just walk around with spoonfuls of peanut butter and shove it in your throat.
Yeah, and Okay. You didn't
All right,
list
so since
anyone.
I'm the only one that did the actual homework
I didn't need
today.
to list anyone.
Apparently that
I
was
said
the
all the
homework.
people in prison that should go.
All
I
right.
think that's a fair.
I'm gonna go quick through mine since you two didn't take up much time. You freaking falafels. People who are rude to wait staff.
falafel,
God
that's a
damn it. All right, that's my last one. Dang it. People who are rude to wait staff and do not return their carts at stores.
Yeah.
Drafted immediately.
Oh my God.
I agree. Those people piss me off.
Yep.
You've never left a cart?
No.
No.
I truly
Never.
can
It
say
sends
I've
me.
never.
I haven't either.
And I make
I
sure
haven't
Allie knows that we always return our carts.
I haven't. What are you looking at me like
well,
that
because
for?
you were like, you've never done it. And we're like,
you
You're getting
would.
drafted. You left a cart one time. I know it. No, I cannot
No,
do it.
that
I
stuff
always
pisses
return
me
it. People that were charged with sex crimes, gone.
Yeah.
Gangbangers, gone. Also, this is a positive.
Gangbangers would be good at fighting.
gang,
Yeah.
gang.
Yeah.
Wait.
We don't need them here,
Don't-
so
don't be
let's give
throwing
them.
Gang, gang.
Let's give them a purpose. I don't know
That's
what
a
that
W.
is.
Is that a W?
Yeah, it's West.
Willy Wonka?
West Side.
Side.
You live in the middle of town.
When I was younger and all the neighborhood kids, we always said we were on the West Side.
Did you have to do that with your finger?
Yeah. Well,
That's probably why
That's
you had
another thing. You
trigger
couldn't
finger.
go because of your trigger finger.
that both trigger fingers. I have this one and
She
this
was
one.
locked up like this, ready for surgery. Locked up for her tendon release, looking like this in the hospital. It's
Can't even
ridiculous.
see my
She would-
scar.
she
I
would-
couldn't even take her
you're
serious.
Out, so I don't know
I
why
know.
you're worried about
I
it.
know. I'm not worried.
I know there's probably a reason why I can't be drafted, because if something happened to either one of you, I would be a wreck, and then I'd be useless.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because Lindsay went in for like an ankle surgery, and I cried a little bit when they took her back.
I know. It's
Because I
I've
was
had a
scared. I was like,
million
what if she gets blood
surgeries.
clot? What if she dies? What if she stops breathing? I had all these worries.
She's like,
and
"Granny,
it
we
was
have
literally
another
just an
child
ankle
to help
surgery.
take care
She was
of."
fine, but my anxiety took hold.
Anxiety.
All right, my next one is a actual real good idea. So maybe somebody should take notes. Crack addicts. They are always walking around looking for something to do, and they do not sleep at night. So
we
they
will
are
not
full-time
feel
employees.
safe with crack addicts out there. Jess,
I just think that
is
we
that
need to
really
give them
who
a
we
job.
want to defend our country?
Let's give them a job.
is crackheads.
Also, anyone that is anti-gun, they can be on the front line.
Amen.
And they can go out and throw their fists and see how far they get. I bet we change some minds.
Once again, our country will go to shambles if we have people like that.
I'm just saying, lessons will be learned.
And on top of that, the people that are anti-gun are going to have neon hair, and they're going to be seen from miles and miles.
we're gonna have to dye that and put it in a bun.
And I can put it in a bun.
Men who rev their engines to impress people, front line. Spam callers, front line.
That's a good one.
I've got 3 today.
Are you kidding?
Just today. People who read something off of Facebook and share it without researching it, front line.
yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
And then
She understood the assignment.
She did. We
I did
not.
understand the assignment. People that decided that self-checkout at stores was a good idea. Frontline.
I love self-checkout.
I hate self-checkout.
I hate
because I
having
hate
to talk
it when
to
it's beeping
people.
at me that I didn't scan something when I did, and then it charges me twice for it, and then somebody's got to come over and type their little code in to allow me for something I actually double charge myself for. It's ridiculous.
I always, when it asked me,
Just
like,
let people check me
the
out.
stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, I always hit 1.
I do too, because it pisses me off.
Because I hate it.
Even if they were nice, because I'm like, no, I hate this. And my last one is people that enjoy fax machines.
Amen to that one. Oh, and the
If you think using a fax machine in 2025 is still a good idea, front line.
They're an inconvenience to everyone.
I
They
hate
are
fax
not.
machines.
Gluten-free, front of the line.
Listen.
No,
it
not
could
unless if they truly have celiacs, that I'll let it slide.
Some
but
people can't control
gluten-free
that.
for fun.
The people who
Sends
can't,
me.
who can control it, front of the line. Just go eat a steak.
Now that you guys
Go eat
heard
a-
my 11 people, I think you should double back and try to.
Okay.
I mean,
come
you
up.
had all of them.
I did hit good points. I really
the
did.
people who drive obnoxious colored cars, like the bright neon colored cars, those ones.
Or the people that walk slow in front of me when I need to get somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
Front line.
Get out of the way.
Amen to that. Or people that stand in the doorway. People who talk really quiet, front of the line. Can't stand that.
That would-
But yes,
that would
she yells
scare
at me for talking loud,
No, but just like
so that she can hear and not miss a word I
That's what I was
say.
going to say. The only reason why she talks
a
loud
pub-
is because you can't
It's a
hear
public
her.
service. I got tired of saying.
how annoying is it though to have
Repeating myself.
someone that you talk to and that you see on a daily basis?
And then you say, huh, or what, and they continue to talk at that
Huh?
level. Yep. Frontline.
Let's see here.
The millionaires, they can go.
Yeah, they've lived their life on their
Not the
yachts.
Kardashians.
Oh, good lord.
Can't.
Whatever. They
They
can't be there
can't be drafted.
No. I gotta
Yes,
be able,
they
I want to be able to
can.
watch their
No.
next season, and they can't
Well,
film
they
if they're
can
at
film
war.
it at war.
Listen.
If you think we're there, we're going to be live on
I'm not going.
the dirt that says 3 honeys and tea are live and
In Saudi Arabia.
Actually, we'll be in
Can you
Israel,
imagine? There's,
'cause
like,
I'm on the other side. I'm
Camels
gonna,
and shit be walking behind us.
we can
I would
get on
love
a
to
camel.
ride a camel.
I would too.
I would climb a camel and be taking selfies with it, and then get headshot.
Yeah.
Without paying attention.
Get sniped on
So
that
you'd have a
camel.
helmet on.
Yeah. Well, they'd
Protect your
go
ass.
through my cheek.
Oh,
Are we done? Or are you guys still thinking?
oh, I'm sure I have a million more, but I
People
wanna be
who don't know when to
respectful.
quit talking. When they just keep
That's
talking
me.
and talking, and like when I'm on like my fifth, like, oh really? Oh really?
Zach says that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If he says that's crazy twice, he is not listening. He
Yeah.
is already on to something
Same.
else.
That's crazy, and oh really? Or that's cool. Yeah, quit talking.
Mine is
I think bullies. There's some bullies that should go.
Yeah.
If they want to bully, they can bully the Iranians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do hope for peace for them because those women over there.
Yeah, it's awful. What
I just
they,
hope for peace everywhere, which is the goal. The goal is peace.
It is.
what
God
we
bless
got.
America.
Seriously.
why we
God
got-
bless America.
Donnie J. Trump in.
That's right.
Strength
He
and
said the
peace,
F-bomb
baby.
today, and I've never been
Yeah,
more
that
proud.
was so funny. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
And
not
I
wrong.
don't think people give him enough credit because he's a smart man
and
and
not
he knows
one
what he's doing.
of our men or women were killed or harmed.
It's
Just
because
saying.
no one does any actual research to know what the hell he's doing and the why behind it.
They just don't like
They
him.
just don't like Trump, so they
I would hate that
automatically.
feeling. I would absolutely hate that feeling to know that I hate somebody so bad I cannot see past that to
Right.
understand what the
Yeah.
reason is behind
And
why
they
they're
get
doing
all
him
their
on the front line.
information from Facebook memes. Put them on the front line. There you go.
I mean,
We would be doomed if we put them all on the front line. That's the issue.
like I said, throw those fists up, see how far you get.
We
Take it.
this next. Are we done with this part?
Yeah, I think so.
We can be done.
This next part is I've been wanting to talk about.
People
for a
who
long
drink
time.
hot coffee
I like
every
hot
day,
coffee.
even in the summer.
In the winter, I love
Psychopaths.
hot
Can't
coffee.
send my mom. She drinks it from sun up
Zach
to
and I both drink
sundown.
hot coffee in the winter.
Oh, even in the summer.
Can't do that.
Oh, sun up to sundown.
Oh man,
It's crazy.
I'm not gonna send your mom. I love her.
Oh, I love how you
She
did
would
not
get
say
taken
me and
out as
Zach.
quick
It's
as my
fine.
mom
Well, you
would
didn't
too.
say me either.
You don't like coffee.
This is what she said. I gotta just repeat it. Where was it? Somewhere about my age.
What?
You wouldn't send
Well,
me due to.
we wouldn't send you because you said your age, and Lindsay's glaucoma automatically gets rid of both of you, and I'm not going if you two aren't going.
Well, we wouldn't be
because
able
we're
to
all
record.
codependent. How many times a day do we FaceTime each other?
No, except for today when people think they're busy.
Yeah, Olivia,
Whatever.
Lindsay was too busy.
Whatever.
It's fine. What else am I gonna do on my lunch break? Not talk to you.
Okay, the next one is Karen Reed.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long, long, long time.
This has been so good.
So just to
Long
kind of
coming.
give people background, I'm sure it's all over everywhere in the world, but
And if
I'm
it's
still
not,
going to tell you this.
get on your TikTok.
So on January 29th of 2022, Boston police officer John O'Connell died from a head trauma and
John O'Keefe.
hypothermia. John O'Keefe, thank you. After a night of drinking with Karen Reed. Prosecutors allegedly thought that she backed into him with an SUV, and that's the reason why he died. Karen Reed has maintained her innocence this entire time. She's been through court one time. So the first trial was in 2024, ended in a mistrial due to a deadlock or on some changes. So they just didn't have enough evidence. And then they went back to trial again with Commonwealth, and she hired some pretty dang good defense attorneys to help her through
Thank
this.
goodness.
And on June 18th, she was acquitted of second-degree murder,
As she should have
manslaughter. Yeah, absolutely. And then leaving the scene, but she was found guilty of operating under the influence and gets 1 year probation, which I don't agree with that either. I mean,
I don't either, because if they found her not guilty, that makes her not guilty. So why would
That
they?
makes her not guilty of the murder,
Right.
Not of
What-
the
so
being
what did they say she-
intoxicated.
Drinking. She was intoxicated and drove, so they gave her.
Okay, so she's
DUI.
guilty. That's breaking the law.
It is, but I still don't like it. But I just feel like just looking through and reading some of that stuff, I don't know how. I mean, the Boston Police Department's corrupt.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I support cops fully. I fully do. But these were some dirty ones.
Yeah, they were.
These were dirty.
They
Even if you
like
go back
repeatedly.
to- yeah, like
not just this case.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Canton area where they all lived. If you talk to some of those families, I mean, or talk to some of the people in there, it's sketchy. It's been that way for a long time.
And it sounds like they had some kind of vendetta against him. I don't know what he did to piss them
Well,
off.
wasn't there like some couple squirrel? Is
Yes.
that the word?
Well,
Yeah.
So I also
Lovers
saw that
quarrel.
there was
Lovers
some
quarrel. Is what I'm talking about.
swinging going on.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Yeah, I read that there was maybe
Who
some
was swinging?
All of them. So like the family, and that's one of them were suspected that's why John O'Connor or
O'Keefe
went inside to check, and that's why Karen did not go in because she didn't want to participate in that stuff.
Oh,
But
that
it was
makes
also
more sense.
caught on text messages. She was actually text messaging with some other guy too.
That was in the house.
That was in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's like a lovers quarrel situation.
And the sad thing about all this is that gentleman that passed away, he was taking care of his brother and sister-in-law's kids because they died.
Right.
And so he had custody of them, so I feel bad for them.
Yeah, because now, I mean, well, I guess since they were married, did they still remain in custody with Karen?
They weren't married though.
They weren't married.
Oh,
they were
shoot.
just like dating. They
I
were
don't know
not
why
married.
I thought they were married.
They were
She's
God,
Karen-
that makes sense.
Karen
'cause
Reed
she didn't know his
O'Keefe.
last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's helped those kids a lot trying to get like their life insurance figured out for the
Maybe
kids. so
she'll
they
still
can
be
get
there
that.
for them.
What I
now
don't
that they
get
know
was how
she's
they
not
even
guilty.
tried to charge her with backing over him when the autopsy was
Clearly
clearly
stated.
stated that he was not in any kind of collision.
So let's just break down the evidence a little bit. So the funny part about it is where they found him, they replaced the carpet in that house. Like weeks later, they
Wait, I
got
could
rid
have
of the
sworn
dog.
they found him
They
outside
found
in
him
the
outside.
snow.
They did, but the I can't. What are their names? The family that house belonged to.
I can't remember.
Once you say it all.
But he was one of the police officers.
Yes.
The one that owned the house. He also had his police dog, a German Shepherd,
And they got rid of it.
and he had bite
Uh-huh.
marks. He had
did.
literal bite marks from a dog, and those dogs are like trained to attack on the arm.
Well, when people were coming and going, how didn't they see him laying out in the yard
And then
like
they got
that?
rid of their dog, right?
Sold
They
the
They
house,
got rid of the dog, sold their house,
remodeled it.
and then they destroyed their phones. That's 3 guilty.
The guilty. Red flag.
Well-
red flag.
They're sketchy.
Why didn't they go and investigate? Why didn't they go and find evidence
Yeah, they didn't even
inside
come
that house?
outside.
They didn't even go in that
With
house.
all the lights and sirens and people yelling, and they didn't even come outside.
I mean, it's just a lot
And
of that.
then there was tail light glass that didn't even, like, it was too much glass that could have came from her tail light. She had hit when she was drunk driving.
They got
or
it
driving
on,
intoxicated.
They got it on video of her
that she-
backing into
yeah,
another car.
somewhere else in a different location,
Mm-hmm.
and all the taillight glass fell out. But then there was supposedly some of the scene, but it was where he was hit, and his body was found.
Well, and
but
her-
there was too much
Yes,
glass
there
to
you
even
go.
equal her taillight.
So it's Brian Albert's
There you go.
house.
Yeah, there's a lot of names
There
involved with
is,
this.
and the thing of it is I also read too that O'Keefe's mom was seen at one of the O'Brien's house after the trial, and that worries me too because I feel like they're just brainwashed. Mm-hmm. Like
Like,
the
you think
O'Keefe's
that-
family is brainwashed. I did
Yeah.
read somewhere too that the dad, O'Keefe's dad, he would sit on the defense side of it, and they felt like he kind of knew that she was innocent. Like he didn't come out and state that, and I bet he will eventually. But
I hope so.
You'd have to be an idiot with all this evidence.
that's what I don't get. I just don't
I know.
understand. I mean, there was no evidence of her backing out. They took her phone. They took her vehicle. But
Well, and she
where
was like calling
everybody
him
else?
repeatedly. Like, if you killed somebody, you hit somebody, you know they're not going to answer. And she was calling him like 50 times.
And texting, and
Yeah.
like she called him like I think 8 times in a row.
And someone that knows somebody is dead or hurt or injured, they're
gonna
not
call.
calling them.
To me,
There's
it's just
so many
sketchy.
red
But the
flags.
issue is with all of them being cops, they know how to cover their tracks.
Not
and-
well. They all destroyed their phones. That says guilty right
Well,
there.
look at them. They're walking free today.
Yeah, they just, exactly, and they probably will. I mean, that's the
Oh
thing.
yeah, because there's nothing
That's
nothing
crazy.
else
crazy.
that points to them.
What was the other evidence that I was going to bring
What
up?
I want to know is,
I can't remember.
with how many cameras there are in this day and age, how does someone not have
Well,
ring?
there was ring cameras that were looked at.
But
No,
It was
they
shut off.
They didn't. They went around and I saw a video saying that they didn't go around and ask people if they could
there
look
was
at their
ring
ring.
cameras, but there was
Yeah.
no evidence from the. That's what
Because they didn't
That's
go
what I
and
saw.
even ask neighbors for it. That's why.
What else was
it's
sketchy is
fishy.
one of those ladies was Googling how long does
How
someone
long
take
does
to die in the snow?
in the
like
snow.
while they were finding him.
Yes.
okay, so they have
Weird.
Albert. Brian Albert was married to Nicole. And then that's where the Jen McCabe comes in, and Matt McCabe.
Because they're sisters.
They're sisters.
And that's her brother.
Yes.
And then Brian and Caitlin are Brian, Albert, and Nicole's children.
Children, yes. And then you have.
And they're the ones with the dog, the German Shepherd.
So this, and then the Proctor. So then they have that Matt Proctor. He was he the attorney for the other side, I
For
think?
Albert.
Okay, whoops, where did that go? Okay, he was the state lead PD. Mind you, they're all connected because one of the kids was in their wedding. So you have Colin Albert. He was in his
everybody's
Proctor's
all
wedding.
spaghettied together.
Yes, and I
in
just-
some way, shape, or form.
I think they all just kind of.
I think Chloe did it.
So
And
if most
the
of them
frickin'
are
dog did
family,
it.
how are they swinging?
I don't know. That's just what.
Well, they're families, but they're family, but only by one way in some ways.
Okay, but that's like right up here in this family tree. That's like you and I swinging in a group.
Not necessarily.
With our kids.
That would be like
Or with
that
my
would be
kid.
like me and Steven and you and Zach swinging. That's
All
how that
together.
Yeah, I don't think swingers care. Is what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't be you and I. It would be like me and your husband, my husband and you.
Yeah, that's still family.
Brian Higgins was there.
But not by blood.
Still family
People
though.
do
It's
that
weird.
all the time.
Brian Higgins is not related to them. Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
people do that all the time.
Damn.
I don't.
I mean, it's you to us, but I don't think it's you to other people. Apparently.
And then this Carrie Roberts, she went with Karen and Jen to search for John. So Jen is a sister. So I mean, and then the sister, Jen called her sister, and she wouldn't even answer the phone at that house where all the cops were and stuff.
Right,
There was
right.
You
lights,
can't tell me
everything.
if there's something going outside of your house, you're just gonna stay inside.
Yeah, not me. I would be at the window vacuuming my front lawn.
And where's the dog? The dog wasn't barking. Would your dogs?
Yeah.
A dog that's a police dog would be barking, and yeah.
Is it a police dog though?
I
Well, I'm assuming.
I guess I
don't
would
know.
assume.
Let's see.
I don't really know.
Chloe.
But
Yeah,
can we
I
just
don't
take a
know.
minute? If Steven and I were to swing, we could never get anything accomplished. We would just sit
No.
there and giggle the whole time.
Yeah, it would be just a laughing.
So let's talk about this. Major flaws in the prosecution case. So the defense raised serious questions about the forensic exam, highlighting the mismatch between O'Keefe's injuries and the vehicle injury patterns, as well as problems with the taillight evidence. So just the evidence alone, I think, they didn't have their shit together. Like, it
No.
was so broken up
Yeah.
on the prosecution side. They didn't...
Well, and usually you can't even go to trial if you have enough evidence to charge someone. What did they have against Karen?
Well, did you see the judge? What did they call her? Auntie B?
Yeah.
Well, but you got to think if they're dirty cops, they've got connections.
Absolutely. I mean, they're...
Yeah, but you have to have some kind of evidence to be able to take it to court.
Well, they did. They had her phone, they had her vehicle, they had the taillight that was supposedly broken.
It wasn't even broken out though. It was cracked.
Okay, so the
And then
pieces were cracked.
then they had the fact that she was
No,
like
it was
stepping
the
out
back.
on him,
The
which
taillight
gives her
was
motive.
fully intact, just cracked.
So here's another thing. So there was allegations of the police misconduct. So Michael Proctor, which we all know, he
Yeah.
was the one that was lead investigator and all that stuff. He was later fired and even
Oh, he
disciplined
was?
for biased comments and mishap because he had sent a text. I can't remember. He had sent a text to one of the Alberts about how Karen Reed was a cunt, a CUNT, and
You said it first and then spelled it. Oh, is that how you spell that?
And
See you
the
next
defense
Tuesday.
showed evidence of witness tampering and let's see, evidence is missing, altered photos. So they just didn't have I don't even know why it went to trial to begin with. I mean, it got, the first time around it wasn't right. And even listening to the jurors, have you guys listened to some of the jurors stuff?
No, because who sent that? That we hadn't watched it. It's on Hulu.
Yeah,
I didn't get time to watch it yet, but I will watch it.
Oh, you don't have Hulu.
Yeah, I don't have Hulu, but I was watching.
You can borrow my password this weekend.
One
Or
of
you
that,
could just come sit at my house in the AC and binge watch
I
it.
might do that. One of the gals that was, she's actually was an attorney, I think, prior hand. And she's like, there wasn't enough evidence to even convict them. And I think you talked to all those jurors, and she even mentioned that how well they conversed and talked about all this stuff. One of their biggest hangups was if they convicted her guilty of the DUI, can they still be non-guilty? Does it all have to be across
Right.
the board? And
So do you know what the jury count was?
they had to be unanimous. Like how many of them? It had to
Yeah.
be unanimous, or it'd be a mistrial. So
Which-
everybody had to agree on it.
Seeing all this
before.
evidence, the whole world is like, go Karen Reed, you're not guilty. So that would, like,
I just don't.
you'd have to be
even-
crazy.
But you can't take that stuff in when you're making a.
I know, but I'm saying, what I'm saying
Decision.
is it's an obvious to any person that looks at the.
So let's put yourself in as a juror. So we were called to be jurors. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever had?
I got called, but it was during COVID. And so because I was
I got
at
called,
my
but
job, I got cleared because of
I told them I
where I
couldn't
was
go.
working.
Because I had to go.
They're
to
like, no,
clinicals.
it's an emergency, state of emergency.
Yeah,
And I got cleared. I would love to have done it.
Yeah.
I had called when I was living in Kansas, and I was Colorado, and because I was Kansas resident, I
Couldn't
didn't
go.
have to go because of that. But I'm just curious, sitting on that, what they went through, and I'm sure there's supporters that support the freaking Alberts or whatnot, but to think what they've gone through and what they've done for it, I mean, unanimously, there wasn't enough evidence. I mean, I think that's a given.
Okay, so here's my other thing. I know, like, there's double jeopardy, and if you are, like, you are guilty, okay? You say you kill your husband, you're guilty. And then they find out that the husband is actually alive. And have you ever seen the movie Double Jeopardy? Anyways, it's a real thing. You cannot be charged
Twice.
So you could literally kill him in the middle of Times Square, and you can't be charged if you did your time for killing him, supposedly, okay? She's not guilty. Somebody's guilty, and he died. Why are we not trying to figure out
Because of the dirty
who did it?
cops. They're covering it up.
I
know, but like you would think that they would still want to try to figure out and dig
withholding
up more.
evidence.
And
I do think that there's a couple jurors that even offered to be part of some of that and help with trying to figure it out.
like as a parent, if that's your son,
Mm-hmm.
would
But
you
they
not be
don't-
like, no, we're not
It's hard though
we're
when
just
the
not
people
burying
in
this?
power are the ones calling the shots.
and those parents don't believe
But
that.
they're just
though.
police officers. I feel it's not like they're not a judge. Like,
No,
wouldn't you,
but-
as a judge that says, okay, you're not guilty, but somebody is, we're going to do something about this.
And you can't tell me that somebody's not going to leak. Somebody's going to have
Somebody
a
is.
conscience.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. You're
Yeah.
eventually going to have a
Or
conscience.
they're going to have
You're
another
come
swingers
forward.
party. Somebody's going to get mad and they're going to talk.
So, yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
I don't know. It's crazy to me how think about the O.J. Simpson trial. I mean, that never was.
Guilty.
Guilty as.
That never
I'm
was.
with Kris Jenner. He was guilty.
I never was. You're not wrong. I'm not.
Have you watched the like remake of that on Netflix?
Yep.
It's so good.
I've watched everything
I'm sad
O.J.
that I was
Simpson.
too young to like not
Remember and
live
pay
through
Oh,
attention.
I remember.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Really?
Yeah. I would have loved to have.
I would
like,
have too.
dove deep into that.
What year did that happen?
I don't remember.
Did you guys look up that whole surfer thing yet? With
No, I haven't yet.
Destin?
No, I have not yet, but I will.
Oh my god.
I will.
So it
You
was
just told me that.
1995. So
Yeah,
the
so I
trial
was
started
4
in
years old.
04 of January.
You weren't even born
not
yet.
04.
Jesus.
In 04, yes I was.
No, in 95.
95.
Oh.
You weren't even. You were still swimming,
I'm not even gonna tell you.
not
how
sack
old I was.
swimming.
One thing that is interesting that
My roommate's about empty. See, can't be
Reed
drafted.
had the high-profile legal team, which I think that saved her. But she went through, like, she sold her house because of this.
I know.
In order to get money, in order to get help, like prosecutor to help.
Well, yeah, because can you imagine going to jail for a murder that you did not commit?
No.
I do think about people all the time that are like,
Yeah, and you're gonna send him to war.
no, I said
No,
gangbangers.
Kim's gonna send
I
him
said
to war.
gangbangers and sex crimes.
You said people that are in prison.
No, I
are
did
gonna all
not.
be sent
I
to
said gangbangers and circle back to
You
it.
said it.
So one of you two said it.
I might have said it.
Yeah, you
I think I clarified for Kim that she meant prison, not jail. That's what I clarified for her.
Uh-oh, Fat Patricia's hungry.
She's always hungry. Are you hungry,
I
baby?
wonder what Karen, I mean, I feel bad for her because she's literally going to have to.
Well, now her name's destroyed, and people are probably...
But I don't feel like it's destroyed because the whole world knows she is not guilty, and I feel like the whole world's on her side.
Yeah, but in towns
It's
like
not like
that, you
Casey
don't
Anthony
know
who
who's...
is guilty, and the whole world hates
Yeah,
her.
she's gonna
This
have
woman, everybody has. We all have
Didn't
sympathy
Casey
for
Anthony
her.
have another kid now?
No,
No,
but
but
she's
she's
trying
on
to be an
TikTok.
advocate for children.
She has no business doing that.
Are you sure she didn't have another kid?
No, she did not that I know of. But she's on TikTok and she's trying to say that she's now a child advocate. I advocate to burn her life.
Yeah, I don't agree
Yeah,
with that.
That poor baby. That was a beautiful
Not
baby.
okay.
That she could have given to her parents and went and did her thing.
Let's see what else they have.
And
to
they
say.
know what happened. I
That's
know
the sad
that they
thing.
know.
I know, they know. I know, they know.
What are we at for time?
I can't reach.
I know this has gone fast.
Oh, we're at it.
Right there.
Right
Moral of the story is, I think sometimes it's all on who you know,
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, and
which is sad.
yes.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that are innocent and have no. I was telling these. I had listened to a podcast. I think I told you about that. It's Bone Valley, where this gentleman served 36 years in prison for killing his girlfriend when he did not do it, and he spent all that time trying to show that he was innocent. And there, he finally got let out of prison because they did finally find who
He was
He confessed.
innocent.
This guy confessed of killing.
Could
his
you
girlfriend,
imagine
and he did
36
not.
years of your life is gone
Yeah.
over being
You're not
wrongfully
36
accused?
years. Your entire life is gone.
Yeah.
You cannot. No, you can't come back from that.
And just listening to that it to me it was it's very sad. I mean, he met another gal because she actually helped him in prison, help him try to find his innocence and kind of go through all that stuff. And they ended up adopting somebody, another girl or whatever. But just to go and listen to his story, there's probably so much out there that we don't realize
Yeah.
of the innocence if they don't
100%.
have the connection, don't
imagine
have the
all
money.
people that before DNA was
A lot of it's they don't
played
have the
a part.
money to
Yeah.
pay to afford a.
Yeah.
They usually are just appointed.
They're
an
just
attorney.
court-appointed.
Yeah, and you pray to God that, and that's what happened with his stake. I mean, he was young; he was 19 when all
Yeah.
that went down.
It's all about who you know and how much of this you got.
Yep. I'm just thankful Karen Reed
I'm
was.
a hermit
Me too.
crab and
They-
I
they
have
did
no money,
justice
so
there.
I guess I'm screwed.
Yeah, they did right.
They did.
Proud of the court system. Thank God she had the
I'm just glad she
defense
was
she needed.
found innocent because that would have really been sad.
There was no way that they could have prosecuted her when they don't have any.
Yeah.
Who do you think will play her in?
I
the,
can't wait. We have to
I
watch that
don't
together.
know.
No matter
Movie.
what happens, nobody watches it without us.
Okay.
3.
Absolutely,
Okay.
because it's coming. You know
It
it
will.
is.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they like 2 days after they released her, they had the thing already on
Uh-huh.
Hulu.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was something else. What did they say about something about finding behind a tire? I'm trying to remember something that was found behind her tire.
are you sure it's not the tail light
The
pieces?
shoe,
Because they were saying that
Was
the
it a
tail
shoe?
there was.
because he only had one shoe. But the problem is in
can't remember.
investigation, the shoe was, when they took the picture, so the shoes they had were white sole, and the picture that was taken was a black sole? I don't remember exactly how it went. They're like, it didn't match up. But I couldn't live with myself. I didn't have a conscience, and eventually have to.
I just wouldn't do it in the first place. I don't typically kill my friends
I'm thankful
I
for
that I
that.
swing with.
See, that's why you don't swing.
This is
Bad
pretty
idea.
deep conversation.
Yeah, we had our thinking caps on for us three.
Tuesday, man.
Damn.
I think it was the smorgasm shot.
Yeah,
I left a little in there.
so did
my
Kim. I
goodness.
was looking at that. Neither one of you finished.
Did you?
Can I smell it? Yeah.
It really does taste like a s'more, but whiskey.
Yeah. All right,
Clears
well,
out your nostrils.
I think we should probably wrap it up.
First of all, 3 words.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was
I got my
poon, twat,
3 in.
falafel.
I got only 2 in.
Oh, mine was, I got all 3 of mine in. Mine was surfer, tire, and suffer.
Mine was air conditioner, rain, and Willy Wonka.
When did you say Willy Wonka?
She
Did not
said
say air conditioner.
You said Willy Wonka when I was
she
doing
did
this.
that. And then I'm like, man, look at those clouds. It's just gonna rain.
Rain was already one. No, rain was one of mine.
I was gonna say
was too?
it did
Yours too?
rain.
No,
honey.
last week
Oh.
it was rain, and I didn't get it in, which was an easy one.
Jeez.
We're not doing very good at this game. We
Yeah,
got
we-
Jessica's.
Yeah,
I know.
one.
Let's step it up.
Well, come on, falafel.
I should have known with you calling us twat because that was
Calling you
really
twats.
random.
I don't know how else to.
I should have
Say
guessed
it.
that Kim's was see you next Tuesday because she usually doesn't talk
I
like that on the
know,
podcast.
but I was like, Dave would never tell her to say that.
Yeah, no.
He would never. So I was like, no, I'm gonna let that one slide.
Maybe 15 years ago, not today.
Yeah,
No.
right. Thank you for tuning in. Make
See
sure
you next week.
like and share and follow and join us next week.
Have a good Wednesday.
Bye.